quick video because it's gone midnight and I'm tired, and I actually have been speaking for about 10 minutes and then realised it wasn't recording. So yeah, this is a chapter by chapter review of Self-Editing for Fiction Writers, How to Edit Yourself into Print by Rennie Brown and Dave King. I do recommend this, even though I'm talking chapter by chapter and have, sharing my thoughts. You are still going to find this beneficial to actually buy, because the thing is, as writers, we need to learn, we need to make a plan of how we're going to edit, and this will help you, because just because I'm sharing my thoughts doesn't mean that everything I talk about would be what you would get from this book. I'm talking about my thoughts and what resonates with me. What resonates with you would be possibly something totally different, or you might pick up something that I haven't seen. So this chapter is called See How It Sounds, which sounds quite cryptic really, but when you think about it, as writers, we want our words to sound right. It's obviously about reading your work out. So yeah, that's exactly what it is. So read your work out loud. Read your dialogue, read your narration. Just read it out and see if it's natural, if it works, if there's spellings that are wrong, grammar maybe. Yeah, but one thing I do suggest, and I don't tend to read my stories out loud, what I do is I email them to my Kindle Fire, because it's got an app on it on the Kindle reader where it'll actually read stories to me. So if I email a document to it, then it will actually go through my Kindle and will, the Kindle app, and I can get it to read out to me, which so is really beneficial. And a lot of my friends, I've mentioned that to them, and they've started doing it as well, because it's it's a good idea. Now there's other things that also read aloud, and I'm not sure exactly what they are. I know that Scrivener on if you've got a Mac, that will read aloud to you, but I'm not sure about any others. I think the iPad maybe you might be able to read to you. So basically, if something doesn't flow, then you're going to hopefully hear it as it's read out, or you read it out, or someone reads it to you. And that will make it easier to actually think, that's not quite right, and edit it accordingly. Maybe you decide that it's too short, too long, who knows, but the thing is, we want to get these manuscripts as perfect as possible, so that agents and publishers will really like them. And yeah, if it doesn't work, then kill it. That sounds awful, doesn't it? But it's the whole thing of kill your darlings with writing. You just have to do it. Sometimes we write stuff that we really, really like and doesn't work in the story, so kill it. So also, your dialogue. Are you using contractions? Because contractions is more natural. Words like can't, shouldn't, won't. That's just how we speak today. If you're using words like cannot, should not, will not, unless the character is someone that is quite uptight and it fits them, then it's not going to work. It's just not going to flow, and it's just going to, it's just not going to flow. It's not going to sound right, and therefore people are going to get bored, and we don't want people to get bored of our stories. We want them to read our stories and like our stories and buy our books and enjoy our words. Same goes for just sentences. For instance, it suggests thinking about how people speak today. So instead of I'm going to the zoo, saying going to the zoo, just sort of going to the zoo. whatever, which was actually quite lame, but you know. But yeah, you know, just sort of like make it more natural, make it the sort of ways that you or other people that you know would speak, you know, because no one speaks, you know, sort of correctly, you know, sort of academic English, you know, no one speaks using the Oxford English Dictionary, you know, and that's someone that was born, and this is someone that was born in Oxford saying that, so trust me, I know. So yeah, you know, you need to make sure it's not stiff. If you're using your dialogue to tell the story, if you're using it to tell backstory, then you need to think about if that is the best way to do the story. So yeah. And dialect, you know, think about dialect. There is a website. BBC did a survey called BBC Voices, I think it was, and basically what they did was they went around the country and recorded people speaking in different areas, you know. So like obviously I've got a mainly Blackpool accent. I do have some Oxford in it because my parents were born, well, my dad was born in Oxford and my mum was born in Essex, and I lived there for my first nearly 5 years, so I learned to speak in Oxford. So obviously my well, for instance, my daughter has said that her friends have asked her why I'm so posh when she's so common. I don't actually think I'm sound posh at all, but you know, maybe I do, and I just don't think I do, and it doesn't really matter anyway because I don't particularly want to sound posh. But yeah, think about dialects, think about how people actually speak words. So yeah, that's today done. Like I said, do get this book, because the thing is, obviously it's you know, you read it each chapter, but it's also got a checklist to say about what's been discussed, so you know, it clarifies it more in your head, and it's also got exercises for you to practice these things, which you know is really good idea to do. So next chapter, and I will try to do it tomorrow, is interior monologue, which I think would count as stream of consciousness. So yeah, so okay, that's it for this video. I will hopefully do another one tomorrow, or more than one tomorrow. I need to edit some more tomorrow as well, and I am going to read the rest of my chapter of the book that I'm reading at the moment, which is Alice in Zombieland by Gina Showalter, which I'm really enjoying, because you need to read to be a writer. Okay, bye.